Hello everyone! How's it going? I'm here today with a patient you might recognize from a previous video on my Brazilian YouTube channel. Some of you may remember him from the one titled "The Nail Disproportionate to the Toe." He's been dealing with an inflamed nail for a while, and now, after a month of things getting worse, we finally got together to treat this nail. Plus, two other issues we found: an ingrown nail on the second toe and a pustule on the top of the foot. I'll walk you through everything, step by step, with lots of care and love, because on this channel, we take care of feet and hearts. We're diving deep into these procedures, and heads up, there's a follow-up visit with extra care for the big toe and second toe, so stick with me to the end. I'm starting with the big toe, which has a pretty significant inflammation. The skin around the nail has grown over it, almost covering it, which is common in cases like his where he's had multiple inflammations before. I talked with him about options. Ideally, we'd do an ablation, which permanently removes that excess skin, but it's a more invasive procedure. For now, we're focusing on relieving the inflammation and adjusting the nail for comfort. This kind of trim usually keeps the toe happy for a few months, though it might come back, so we keep a close eye on it. First, I apply the local anesthetic and let it sit long enough to ensure he feels no pain. I grab my podiatric clippers, sterilized and perfect for thick inflamed nails like this one. The nail is detached at the base due to the inflammation, so I'm extra careful not to mess with the toe structure. I'm not removing the whole nail, as that could let the skin creep forward and complicate healing. My goal is to shorten the nail and clear the sides. I tell him, I'm just trimming enough to ease the pressure, keeping the nail's base to protect your toe, okay? Using the clippers, I trim the nail in small, precise cuts, angling carefully to prevent it from growing back into the skin. The surrounding skin is swollen and tender, so I use a podiatric curette to gently clean the sides, removing inflamed tissue that could cause pain later. I check in. Feeling anything? All good? He says it's just a tickle, and I smile, knowing the anesthetic is doing its job. I clean the top area where the skin was pressing on the nail, using an antiseptic solution to ensure no debris is left. The inflammation starts to ease up right away. I double check the sides with the clippers, smoothing any edges that might irritate the skin. The skin on top of the toe, which was super tight, is now looser, which will help it heal. I finish by applying an antiseptic and anti-inflammatory ointment, spreading it carefully to cover the whole area. I use a cotton swab to get the ointment into the nail's edges. I instruct him to keep using the ointment at home, keep his foot clean and dry, and avoid tight shoes. We schedule a follow-up for a week later, as I want to monitor healing closely. I take one last look at the toe to make sure everything's okay, and he seems relieved. Next, I want to talk about a procedure I did on the second toe, which wasn't shown in the footage. While working on the big toe, I noticed a spicule, a small piece of nail digging into the skin on the corner of the second toe next to the third toe, causing discomfort. It was starting to get inflamed, so since I'd already applied anesthetic to the foot, I took care of it with the same attention. I grabbed my sterilized podiatric clippers and started working on the second toe's nail. The spicule was on the side near the third toe, so I carefully clipped just the embedded piece, leaving the rest of the nail intact. I told him, there's a little spicule bothering you here, so I'm gonna remove it gently, alright? Using the podiatric curette, I cleaned the surrounding skin, clearing away any irritated tissue caused by the spicule. The area was slightly red but not severely inflamed, so I was able to relieve it quickly. I applied an antiseptic solution with a cotton swab to clean the area and prevent infection, making sure to reach the corner between the toes. Then I used the same antiseptic and anti-inflammatory ointment as on the big toe, ensuring the skin was protected. I told him to keep an eye on the second toe at home, apply the ointment, and maintain good hygiene, as spicules can return if the nail isn't trimmed properly. I finished with a light bandage to protect the area. Even though we didn't capture this on camera, it was crucial to address it to prevent worsening, and we'll check it during the follow-up. Getting back to the subject of the big toe, I'm now doing the final cleaning of the area where we removed the spicule so that there's nothing left that could bother the patient again. I'll let the video of the procedure play before we move on to the instep. Hey everyone, hold up for a second. I've got something exciting to share. I know some of you love the soothing vibe of watching podiatric procedures without any talking, just the satisfying sounds of the nail clipper at work and gentle music that melts your stress away. Well, you're in for a treat. In the video description, I've linked my other channel packed with tons of amazing foot care procedures in ASMR format. It's the perfect way to dive into foot health and unwind like never before. If you're loving the content here, how about hitting that like button and subscribing to both channels? It's a huge boost to show YouTube our work matters, spreading more foot care love and wellness to everyone. Join me on this journey to happy, healthy feet. After treating the big toe and second toe, I noticed a pustule on the top of the foot, roughly in the central area. This inflammation comes from a hair follicle, common in people who wear closed-toe shoes all day, like my patient. His sock leaves a visible mark on his foot, showing how much it presses. His skin is quite thin, so any pressure can cause irritation. The hair tried to grow but got trapped under the skin, forming a pustule with pus and redness. I prepped the area with an antiseptic solution, wiping it down with sterile gauze to ensure it's clean. Using a sterilized needle, I make a small incision in the pustule, just enough to release the hair and pus. I say, "This'll be quick, just freeing up that trapped hair so your skin can breathe, okay?" The hair comes out with the pus and the area already looks less swollen. I don't remove the top layer of skin as it acts as a natural barrier while the inflammation subsides. I apply a soothing solution with a cotton swab, spreading it gently to reduce redness and prevent infection. I check for any other pustules since he wears tight shoes often and I want to avoid new issues. I add a calming ointment to keep the area hydrated and protected, covering it with a light bandage. I advise him to wash his foot well, wear lighter socks, and avoid shoes that press on the top of the foot for a few days. He jokes about showing up in shorts next time, and I love his sense of humor. I finish ensuring the area is clean and protected. A week later, my patient is back, and I'm thrilled to see him staying on top of his foot care. I start with a big toe, which is healing beautifully. The inflammation has gone down a lot, and the skin around the nail is much looser. There's still a bit of loose skin that needs to come off. So I prep the area with an antiseptic solution, using gauze to soften the skin and make cleaning easier. I grab the podiatric curette and gently remove the loose skin, being careful not to irritate the sensitive area. I check the nail with the podiatric clippers to ensure it's growing straight. I trim the sides with small, precise cuts, as any wrong curve could cause it to ingrow again. I ask, "Is this bothering you? Any pain?" He mentions a slight sensitivity, so I ease up and work slowly. The skin is less swollen, but I avoid overdoing it to keep him comfortable. I apply an antiseptic ointment using a cotton swab to cover the sides and base of the nail. I finish with a light bandage and tell him to keep using the ointment at home. Tive que ir um pouquinho mais pra dentro ali pra tirar aquela pele, né? Next, I moved to the second toe where I treated the spicule last week. The area looks much better, but there's still some flaking skin on the corner next to the third toe. I prep with an antiseptic solution to clean and soften the skin. Using the podiatric curette, I carefully remove the flaking skin, checking for any new spicules. The nail is growing well, but I trim the side with the podiatric clippers to ensure it doesn't dig in again. I tell him, "This is almost perfect, just cleaning up the skin and trimming the nail to keep it straight, okay?" I ask if it's uncomfortable, and he notes a slight bother, so I work extra gently. I apply a soothing solution with a cotton swab, covering the corner between the toes to ease any irritation. Then, I add the antiseptic and anti-inflammatory ointment, ensuring the area is protected. I advise him to keep applying the ointment and watch the toe, as the area between toes can trap moisture and cause issues. I finish with a light bandage to protect the nail's corner. I return to the big toe for a final touch-up, as I noticed an extra bit of skin I want to remove. I prep again with an antiseptic solution, cleaning thoroughly with gauze. Using the curette, I remove the skin carefully, ensuring nothing is left to irritate. I check the nail one more time with the podiatric clippers, trimming any edges that might grow unevenly. I ask, "All good now? Any discomfort?" He confirms he's comfortable, which is a relief. I apply an extra layer of antiseptic ointment using a cotton swab to cover the entire area, especially the sides. I add a light bandage to protect the toe and remind him to keep up with the ointment and avoid tight shoes. We agree to meet again next week, as both the big toe and second toe need one more check to ensure full healing. He teases about our weekly dates, and I laugh, saying, "I'm already dreaming of these follow-ups." I do a final check of his foot to ensure no other spots are bothering him, and his good mood makes the visit even better. My top priority during every procedure is making sure my patient feels comfortable and confident. I know working on feet can be sensitive, so I'm constantly checking if anything hurts or bothers him. On the second toe, for instance, he felt a slight discomfort and I slowed down to avoid any pain. My goal is for him to leave the office feeling relieved, with lighter feet and a smile. Seeing him joking and relaxed makes my day. To everyone watching, I want you to know this care is for you too. Foot issues like ingrown nails or pustules can be painful or even embarrassing, but on this channel I show that with the right care things get better. Have you ever dealt with something like this? Or know someone who's hesitant to treat their feet? Share in the comments because I want to help demystify foot care and show that podiatric health is for everyone. Speaking of you all, where are you watching from today? Anyone from the USA or maybe some of my amazing viewers from other countries? Drop a comment with where you're from and if you've ever had a foot issue like this. I read every single comment and reply because we're building a community here. We post new videos every day and I love chatting with you. So let's make those comments pop. Maybe you've got a fun foot story to share. I want to share some tips based on what I saw with my patient. First, watch out for closed-toe shoes and tight socks. They can cause pustules, ingrown nails, and even calluses if worn too long. Try picking shoes that let your feet breathe and cotton socks, which are gentler. Also keep your feet clean, wash well, dry between the toes, and moisturize to prevent dryness. If you notice redness, pain, or anything unusual, don't let it get worse. Seeing a podiatrist early makes all the difference. Also, pay attention to the shoes you wear daily. My patient, for example, wears shoes that mark his foot, so I suggested switching to comfier ones at home. Small changes like this prevent future issues. And of course, keep your nails trimmed straight to avoid ingrown nails. These tips are simple but can transform your foot health. Before I wrap up, I've got a big favor to ask. Did you know 90% of people watching my videos aren't subscribed yet? So if you enjoyed this, please subscribe and hit the bell to catch every new video. Liking and commenting also helps a ton, as it tells YouTube my content is helpful and high quality, not some low tier stuff. Every like, comment and subscription keeps me bringing you daily videos. And if you think this could help someone, share it with a friend or family member who needs some foot care love. Let's spread podiatric health together. I want to leave you with a special message. Our feet are our foundation. They carry us everywhere, hold us up, and we often forget to give them the care they deserve. Seeing my patient leave with lighter feet and a smile is what drives me to be here with you every day. So how about taking a moment today to check on your feet? Give them some care, a little moisturizer, or even a quick massage. They'll thank you and you'll feel the difference in your body and soul. Caring for your feet is caring for yourself, and you deserve that love. See you in the next video, everyone, and take care with lots of love.